friends. Today, friends, I'm going to discuss in this video the paper which was asked in the last year. The examination took place in the month of August, and this was a question paper which was asked. But friends, I would like to clarify 1 2 points. Uh, as far as syllabus is concerned, for BCom program and for honors, syllabus is the same. And this paper was till last year, this paper was in second semester. And now, as per NEP, this paper has been introduced in the first semester. Now, BCom honors as well as BCom students, both of them, they will be studying this business laws paper as per NEP in the first semester. So friends, in my last video, I have shared, the syllabus as per NEP, which is the same for BCom and BCom honors semester 1. Let us begin the paper now. Friends, in this question paper, you find references are given. At the end of each question, refer para 1.7, refer para 2.10, these are given. Let me clarify. I'm the author of both the books. I have written books for BCom honors as well as BCom. These are the updated books. You must go through these books. And if you have any question to ask, you can always write in the comment section. And I will always reply. So like para 1.7. So para 1.1 means first chapter. And 1.7 para, you will find this heading and you will find the answer. So like B part, para is 2.10. So this is the second chapter. First stands for first chapter, second stands for second chapter, third stands for third chapter, like this. I hope you must have understood. So 2.10 para, if you open in this second chapter, you will find that heading, how will the offer lapse? How does an offer come to an end? So now, friends, I would like to begin the discussion of this paper. So the very first question is, the law of contract is neither the law of all agreements nor the law of all obligations. Friends, this is the statement form question which has got two parts. The law of contract is not the law of all agreements. First part. And second is, the law of contract is not the whole law of obligations. So these two parts have been explained under para 1.7. This statement is true statement. As you know, all agreements have not been covered under the law of contract. We are having separate act for partnership. We are having separate act for Sale of Goods Act. Okay, the Negotiable Instrument Act. So LLP, different acts we have. The entire provisions of all acts, they have not been covered under the law of contracts. Now, when there is a contract, there is obligation. Every contract gives rise to rights and obligations. So the obligation will arise out of contract. But there are certain cases where we do find there is no contract, still obligation will arise. So there are certain cases, friends, when the obligation will arise in the absence of contract. For example, finder of goods. This is one of the cases where the obligation will arise, but there was no contract. So, and the complete answer for this question you will find under para 1.7 in my business laws book by Sushma Arora. Coming to B part, which is discuss the circumstances when the offer lapses. How the offer will lapse? What is the offer? When the person to whom the willingness is expressed. Regarding what? To do certain act or to abstain from doing something. Then, we say the person has made the offer. Now, when the offer is accepted by other person, then the agreement is created. But there are certain cases when the offer will lapse. The offer will come to an Say, for instance, offer has been made. A has given his offer to sell his computer to B for 20,000 rupees. But B has not accepted this offer. Then the offer will come to an end. Or B says, okay, I will pay 15,000. Then also the offer lapses. So, friends, there are a number of ways in which the offer will come to an end, in which the offer will lapse. So the answer for this question you will find in para 2.10 in my book, which is Sushma Arora, Business Laws by Sushma Arora. Now coming to the C part, A's son caught in fire, and he announced a reward of rupees 50,000 to anyone who saves his son. B saved the child. Can he claim the money? Will your answer be same if B comes to know about the offer of reward after saving the child? The answer is positive. We will not be able to get the reward after saving the child, as offer should always be communicated. Friends, offer should always be communicated. There is a very important case law which is Lalman Shukla versus Gorita. But the person should know the offer. The knowledge of offer is must. If the person has accepted the offer without knowing the offer, then that offer will not be valid. And now the choice question is, friends, A part is stranger to consideration can sue, but a stranger to a contract cannot. Friends, this statement is true statement. That stranger to a consideration can sue, but a stranger to a contract cannot. The answer for this you will find in third chapter in under para 3.5. Now, consideration means something in return. If a person from whom the consideration has not moved is known as stranger to consideration. And if a person is not a party to the contract, then he cannot sue on the contract. Say there are two parties, A and B. The agreement takes place between A and B. A has not fulfilled his part of obligation. And now C, who is the son of A, C, who is the son of E, files a suit against A. He cannot file a suit against A because he is not a party to the contract. He is a stranger. The agreement is between A and B. In case of A's default, B can file a suit against A. And in case of B's default, A can file a suit against B. He is not a party to the contract. So he cannot have any right to file a suit against the guilty party. So Chinaya versus Ramaya is a very important case regarding this. You must go through this para 3.5, and if you have any problem, you can always write in the comment section. Differentiate between coercion and undue influence. There are 8 points of distinction which are given under para 5.8. Consent should always be free one. Consent is said to be free when it is not caused by coercion, undue influence, fraud, and misrepresentation. Now, in case of coercion, threat is given to the party, and then his consent is obtained. Undue influence means the person dominates the other party. Okay, and then by dominating the will of other person, the stronger person obtains the consent of weaker person. So there are 8 points of distinction between coercion and undue influence, which are given in the tabular form. And if you find any problem, then you can always write in the comment section. I will always reply. Now, before moving ahead, I would like to guide you that any distinction which is asked in the question paper, that should always be written in the tabular form. Moving ahead, friends, C part is A gives his house on rent at 25,000 rupees per month to B. who will use it for residential purpose and also for storing prohibited drugs. Can he recover the amount of the rent? No, he cannot recover the amount of the rent because here the house is being used for residential purposes as well as for illegal purpose. So if the tenant doesn't pay the amount of rent, then the owner will have no right to recover the rent because the second purpose is illegal. Coming to question number 2, which is position of finder of goods, lost goods, is like that of a bailey. Yes, friends, the statement is true statement. The position of finder of lost goods is like that of a bailey. So the answer for this you will find under para 9.3. Ninth chapter 9.3 is the heading where your responsibilities of finder of goods. Okay, and then you can write the answer. Differentiate between indemnity and guarantee. There are 9 points of distinction between indemnity and guarantee. Indemnity means to make good the loss. There are two parties involved. The person who makes good the loss is known as indemnifier. And the person whose loss is made good is known as indemnified. In case of guarantee, there are three parties involved. One is the creditor who lends the money, debtor who borrows the money, and then surety who gives the guarantee to the creditor for the act of debtor. And now C part of the question is, discuss the circumstances when a contract is discharged due to supervening impossibility. Friends, supervening impossibility is also known as subsequent impossibility. The answer for this you will find under para 8.5 in my book, Business Laws by Sushma Arora. Now, subsequent impossibility, which are the cases where it applies and which are the cases where it does not apply. So you will have to cover in this the cases where this doctrine of subsequent impossibility applies. Because the question is, discuss the circumstances when a contract is discharged due to supervening impossibility, where performance is excused. Now, choice question is, unilateral mistake does not affect a contract. Unilateral means, 1, the mistake is said to be unilateral when one of the parties to the contract is under mistake. Then if the mistake is bilateral, both the parties are under mistake, then the agreement is void. But the same answer we do not have in case of unilateral mistake. In case of unilateral mistake, sometimes we find the contract is valid, sometimes agreement is void, and sometimes the contract is voidable. When the consent is caused by coercion or undue influence. Discuss the circumstances when agency becomes irrevocable. When agency irrevocable means the authority once given by the principal to the agent cannot be revoked. It cannot be taken back. So the answer for this you will find under para 13.14. C part is discuss Bailey's right of lien and differentiate between general and particular lien. Bailey's right of lien. Lien is the right to retain the goods. Lien can be of two types. One is a general lien, second is a particular lien. General lien is always exercised for the general balance of account. It can be exercised against any property. The particular lien can be exercised, to recover the charges only. And particular lien can be exercised against particular property, in respect of which the charges have been, the expenses have been, the services have been rendered. And paras are 12.9 and 12.11, that is 12 chapters, both paras 12.9 and 12.11. Coming to the third question, in a contract of sale, there is no implied condition as to quality and fitness of goods for buyer's purpose. So this is correct because there are certain cases when this condition is applicable, and there are certain other cases when this condition is not applicable. So there is no implied condition as to quality and fitness of if goods are not fit for the purpose, then the seller will be held liable. But this condition is not applicable always. So there are certain cases when there is condition as to quality or fitness in the contract of sale, and there are certain other cases when there is no implied condition as to quality and fitness of goods for the buyer's purpose. Next part is B part is discuss the rules of transfer of ownership in a contract of sale. Now, this transfer of ownership can be discussed under two headings: the rules regarding transfer of ownership in case the goods are specific goods, and in case the goods are future and unascertained goods. So, friends, refer para 16.2 for the answer for this question. Then C is A purchased new TV set in exchange for an old TV for rupees 20,000. Can it be called a contract of sale? Yes, friends, in case of contract of sale, the partial consideration can be in the form of goods or cash. So here in this case, the old TV set has been exchanged and 20,000 balance amount has been given by the owner to the dealer. So this will be known as a contract of sale. There's a valid contract of sale. Moving ahead, friends, coming to the choice question, right of stoppage in transit is an extension of right of lien. Right of lien is the right to retain the goods, which can be exercised by the unpaid seller so far as the goods are in the possession of unpaid seller. Once the unpaid seller has lost the possession of goods, then he loses this right of lien also. Once the right of lien is over, it is not available to him, there comes a second right, which is known as right of stoppage of goods in transit. That is why we say the right of stoppage of goods in transit is an extension of right of lien. So you can explain this with the help of example also. Discuss the rule of caveat emptor. Caveat emptor is made up of two words. One is caveat and second is emptor. Let the buyer beware. So buyer must be very careful while buying the items. If he is not careful, then he will have to suffer the loss. He cannot hold the seller responsible for the loss. And now, friends, the next one is A agreed to sell 100 bags of wheat to B at rupees 700 per bag. On the date of delivery, A delivered 120 bags of wheat instead of 100. What rights are available with B? So for this, you will have to refer to point 9 of para 17.3. That is, A agreed to sell 100 bags of wheat to B at 700 per bag. On the date of delivery, he delivered 120 bags. So this is the case of, excess delivery of goods. Order was given for 100 bags, but in place of 100 bags, 120 bags were supplied. So buyer will have the right to reject all the goods. Buyer will have the right to accept what he has ordered, that is 100 bags, and remaining 20 bags he can reject. In other words, we can say this is a case of defective delivery of goods. So defective delivery of goods provides some rights to the buyer. The fourth question is, friends, from the LLP Act. Who can be a designated partner in the LLP? Discuss the rules relating to designated partner. As per the LLP Act, what role does he play? There are two types of partners in the LLP. One is normal partners and second are designated partners. Designated partner's responsibilities are more. He is always responsible for the all compliances, all obligations under different acts. So, friends, very important role designated partner plays. So, regarding this, 8 to 9 points have been discussed under para 21.86. So, if you have any problem, then you can always write in the comment section. Limited liability partnership contains advantages of both traditional partnership and company form of business organization. So LLP is said to be a hybrid form of business organization as it combines the features of traditional partnership as well as company. Like company, it is the separate legal entity, and like traditional partnership, there are partners, normal partners, designated partners, and liability of the partners is limited up to the amount of contribution. It is not unlimited as it is there in case of partnership. Then discuss a procedure for conversion of a private company into LLP. Now, a private company can be converted into LLP, but there are certain steps involved in this. There are around 7 steps involved in this, which you will find discussed under para 23.4. So 23 is the chapter 22 now here in this under the new syllabus, which is as per NEP 22nd chapter. And then, friends, discuss how a limited liability partnership can change its registered office within the same state and from one state to another state. So, registered office is must for the LLP. So, regarding this, from one state to another, from in the same state, from one place to another. There are certain steps involved. For this, you refer para 20.4. Now, I would like to mention, friends, these other questions. This question number 5, parts A, B, C, and all these. Friends, these are from IT Act, Information Technology Act. Now, this IT Act, has been excluded from the new syllabus as per NEP. In case you are studying some other course where IT related questions you want, then you can always refer to the earlier edition of my book. If you are studying honors, then you want to go through these IT Act questions, then 9th edition is the preceding edition. And if you are studying BCom course and you want to, for some other purpose, you want to see these IT Act questions, then preceding edition is 7th edition. Friends, I would like to share with you that I have developed all videos regarding entire syllabus of NEP. Okay, so I have got the channel, my own channel. You can go through all those videos, and if you have any question, any query, you are always most welcome. You can always share in the comment section, which I will always reply. So friends, it is all about this question paper, and go through my videos, do watch my videos, and give your comments, constructive comments in the comment section. Okay, friends, goodbye. I will see you. We'll meet soon. I hope you must have subscribed to my channel. If you have not subscribed yet, do subscribe to my channel and do watch my videos. Okay, friends, all the best. Happy learning to all of you.